covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
2 cash registers stolen in 2 days. What we're learning about the robberies across Butte County with suspects still on the loose. Plus, new at 6, why the Shasta County Sheriff is searching for more people to work at the coroner's office. But first, we are tracking triple digits as heat wave takes hold in the valley. There's a live look at the Sundial Bridge in Redding. And it's just always somebody, even if it's triple digits, but they're braving that heat today because it's definitely a toasty one. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon joins us now with the conditions.
Yeah, collectively our hottest day of the year, Alan, when you go from Redding down to Oroville, and really when you go from Red Bluff to Paradise overall, this is our hottest day as we're seeing oppressive triple digit heat. And then I'm talking valley, you get even a little bit in the higher elevations, you're still looking at some spots in the 100s or the 90s. So you're really not able to hide from the heat unless you're indoors and air conditioning in a nice cool pool. Just be safe in those lakes, streams and rivers with fast moving cold water if you want to beat the heat. Okay, here is what we have wind-wise. They're picking up a little bit. We get some heating and some lift and mixing of the air, but really wind's not that bad, and I'm glad for fire safety. But our air quality, which we'll address in a little bit, yeah, that doesn't look too good. The winds would help to stir that up and help our air. Relative humidity, our moisture levels, they're not horrible in some spots, but then Redding very dangerously low at 11%. Again, we have excessive heat warnings and heat advisories that go right through Monday with temperatures in some spots from 95 all the way up to 110 degrees. Really quick, here's our fire danger. Moisture levels low, winds not that bad. I don't like those temperatures, but we're going to keep our fire risk potential on the low side. But we'll talk more about our air quality as well as our latest heat wave in a few minutes, Alan.
I'll take a low fire risk and hot temperatures any day, Howie. Yeah,
me too, Alan.
Yeah. Safe Space Chico's Cooling Center at Trinity Methodist Church on East 5th Street is open from 1 to 8 p.m. through Sunday. Glenn County says all of its libraries will serve as cooling centers during regular business hours. The green fire grew about 100 acres since yesterday in Shasta County, burning east of Shasta Lake. There is that one evacuation warning still in place, Lakehead Zone 1448. Now a live look at the area, the green fire, which is, it's mapped more than 5,900 acres burned. There's still no containment. Firefighters are using 02 road on the west side of the fire to stop it from moving west toward homes. So if you head to Shasta Lake, be aware that firefighting helicopters are using the lake to scoop up and refill water. So stay clear of them. New developments. Another cash box was taken from a register at a Butte County business. We told you yesterday when it happened at the Chico Starbucks. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe has the latest from Paradise.
I'm surprised. Like I said, I didn't think things like that happened in Paradise.
That's kind of crazy. I don't know. I wouldn't really think anywhere like this would get robbed, but you never know.
Paradise community members say they're shocked after hearing about a robbery at the Arco station on Clark Road early Friday morning. Police say 3 young men came in after 1 a.m. and stole the cash box from one of the registers.
It is pretty rare for Paradise. Paradise is a pretty safe community in general, and when these things happen, they're big news. I've worked here 25 years, and I've seen my fair share of robberies and bank robberies, and we have all the same problems as a bigger city, just not as often.
Police say no one was hurt, and they say the suspects are 2 black males and 1 white male, all described as young teens. And this is the second reported robbery in Butte County in 2 days. On Thursday morning, a Chico Starbucks was robbed, with eyewitnesses describing the suspects and the series of events as similar to the Paradise robbery.
2 of them were African American. One was a light skin with curly dark hair. But I really couldn't see their faces because the hoods, were really, but I just saw the sunglasses with the face covered with the hood. And then we went back to talking and discussing business. And then all of a sudden in a flash, they all just ran out the door. Then we realized the manager came running out and she said that she saw from the camera that they had grabbed the entire register.
Paradise PD says it is collaborating with Chico Police due to the surface level similarities of the robberies. Now, investigators can't confirm if they are connected, but the possibility isn't off the table.
There is possibly a correlation, and we're looking into that, and we're going to collaborate with Chico PD to see if anything on our investigation matches theirs, and we will gladly share that information with them.
As investigators continue to review surveillance footage, police say there is a lead on one of the suspects.
And the white male appeared to be the youngest of the group, so we're trying to identify that person now.
And several people I spoke with say while they were shocked about the news of the robbery, they're hoping that the suspects are caught. Reporting in Paradise, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now.
The Paradise Police Department wants to remind people that if a robbery does happen at your business, to try to take note to as many details as possible and call 911 after it happens, and to not stop them, as no amount of money or property is worth your safety or your life. That's from police. New at 6, Candace Youngblood will spend 60 days in the county jail for child abuse and possession of an injection device. We told you back in 2022 when police arrested her after her 18-month-old son overdosed on fentanyl in her home. The Shasta County DA says a search of the house turned up 93 items of used drug paraphernalia. The child's father gave him Narcan, saving his life. New developments now. The CHP captured the two people they were searching for yesterday in the Bangor area, wanted in connection with a stolen vehicle and ensuing car chase. Orville CHP said that they worked with Butte County Sheriff's deputies and the U.S. Marshals Service to find the suspects. Both were booked into the Butte County Jail and were working to find out who they are. Police in the Barber Yard area of Chico say they are dealing with an influx of foxes, which they believe has gotten worse as work on a new housing development progresses. Action News Now reporter Nathan Espindula investigates the infestation.
People who live near Barber Yard say their neighborhood has seen a rise in fox sightings ever since the new housing development got going. Merlin Maggette lives right down the street from Barber Yard.
The foxes are super cute and they're kind of fun to have in the neighborhood at first, but they've really become a nuisance because we're all infested with fleas in our yards. We're having to spray those.
Unsure of what to do, she reached out to the Butte County Agricultural Office and spoke to their trapper.
Butte County Ag had an interesting proposal for me, was to get paintball guns. The neighbors and I to get together and get some paintball guns and step it up and take action amongst ourselves. And so that was an interesting response.
Maggette says she then called Chico PD, who advised against shooting at the foxes with paintball guns. The Butte County Office of Agriculture told me their trapper is contracted by the USDA Wildlife Services Program. The USDA Wildlife Services Program said they look into the concerns about the alleged advice and didn't confirm or deny the claim. Dan Gonzalez, the developer of Barber Yard, told me he wasn't aware of the reported surge in fox sightings, and he sees his development as a positive for the community.
I think the majority of people that live in the Barber neighborhood are embracing the project. We've been very vocal. We've had many community meetings with them, and the vision that we gave them 2 years ago has not changed.
In Chico, Nathan Espindula, Action News Now.
The Barber Yard project will add about 1,250 homes to the Barber area of Chico at the site of the former diamond match factory. New tonight, the first mosquito sample has tested positive for West Nile virus in Shasta County this year. The county says the mosquitoes sampled were in northeast Redding. Now, staff will increase immature mosquito monitoring and work to find mosquito habitats. Plus, they'll conduct ultra-low volume adult mosquito control in high-risk areas. All alerts about spraying you can find them where you live, and we've got that story with the information on our homepage. The Shasta County DA charged Redding man Robert Milton with murder, resisting an executive officer, and destroying or concealing evidence. The DA says Milton shot and killed 71-year-old William Dressler in August of last year. Milton will be back in court July 24th for arraignment. New at 6, the Shasta County Coroner's Office is looking for new deputy investigators. It comes ahead of the office's expansion, which should be done in January. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield tells us how many new employees are needed.
With a new building to help process autopsies on the horizon for the Shasta County Coroner's Office, Sheriff Michael Johnson is calling on those with forensic and biology experience to help fill the building. Despite the progress of the expansion, staffing challenges may present a bigger issue for the office if left unfilled.
They already carry enormous caseloads and are on call and just do a tremendous amount of work, so even a couple of them is kind of crippling for us.
According to the website Government Jobs, Shasta County Coroner's Office deputy investigators can earn anywhere from $51,000 to $65,000 a year. But with 2 and possibly a third deputy investigators set to leave the office this summer, Johnson isn't wasting time in his search for replacements.
So to find somebody and train them and get them going in that aspect and in that world, and then to lose all that knowledge as they move on, it's hard to replace.
Reporting in Reading, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
In addition to 5 deputy investigators, the Shasta County Coroner's Office has an administrative assistant and 2 pathologists. A Chico woman is back home after finding herself in the middle of one of the most pivotal moments in recent Middle East history. Katie Posey, a scholar with the postgraduate degree in Holocaust and Genocide Studies, was attending a Holocaust education seminar in Jerusalem when war erupted between Israel and Iran. Posey and other hotel guests were called downstairs to the bomb shelter every day that she was there. Posey remained confident, though, that Israel's Iron Dome would protect her.
I remember texting my parents and saying, I feel safer here than I do in many parts of the U.S. because they have had to learn how to defend themselves. They want to survive. They want people to thrive there.
Well, she's now back in Chico. Posey says the experience has only deepened her commitment to teaching about past and understanding the forces that continue to shape the present. We are tracking smoke in the air from multiple wildfires. Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon has your air quality outlook. Plus, a life-saving life jacket donation. One local nonprofit organization is keeping needy families afloat when we come back.